Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Jerry What the What Dymond, podcast number 41. That's right, 41 podcasts. Watch out, boys, they're coming after you, my friend. I know you're like 2,000 or something like that, but I'll get there one of these days before I die. And today, my special guest is today the one and only Mr. Dr. Style himself, Mr. Michael Gregg. And also, he's also the host of the Tierra every Wednesday night up in Albany. Thank you and welcome to being on my podcast. Tell everybody there in my podcast.
Pleasure to be here.
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Let's see, been doing some stand-up, telling some jokes. Father of 2 teenage boys. Got a wife. I've been married for 23 years. Did some stand-up on the road there as a road comic in the 80s. Gave that up. Went into business with my degree. And then I decided that I had done enough in business and I wanted to just go back and tell a few more jokes.
So, you are the creator of North County, or County Comedy.
North Country
Comedy. We'll do that. Vertical at stand-up comedy. Former comic at the Comedy Works. Former comic at the Syracuse Funny Bones. Former comic at the Children's Factory Comedy.
Former comic in many places.
Yes, in Rochester, New York. Worked at stand-up comic. Former very good comedian. Worked at Dangerfield. Worked at Comedy Cellar.
Not only worked at Dangerfield's, performed with Rodney.
Really? How do you?
At Dangerfield's.
No kidding. When was this? What year was this?
That would have been 89.
89. Wow. How was it with performing with Rodney Dangerfield? What was it like a treat, like a dream?
One time. Yeah, that's the high point. Yeah. One time, a friend of mine who was a comic and knew Rodney real well. His name was Bill Hicks. Bill and I were talking at Dangerfield's, and Rodney came in. And Rodney had a few drinks. He was happy. Rodney was happy, and he was talking to Bill, and then Bill said to Rodney, he goes, can you let Mike come up? And Rodney said, well, I was planning on going up. How about you have Mike do a couple minutes and then bring me up? Go ahead and tell a few jokes and then bring me up. And that was it. It was on the spot.
So I was really excited with it. Like that's really good. That's awesome. Wow. I love Rodney Dangerfield. He's one of my favorite comics. I can watch him on the shows. He's done like home improvement.
Nice guy. You know, I mean, got to meet Rodney that time. Met Sam Kinison, getting through Bill Hicks, and you know, there was Janine Garofalo.
Yeah.
Just some of the comics they got to work.
I love her too. Oh my God, that's amazing. I was like, damn. In the 80s, I was just still a little bit behind the ears, you know. I was still in school. But I see you studied at Texas Chiropractic College.
Yep, I'm a chiropractor.
Yep. Okay. How many years have you been doing that?
30 years.
30 years. Wow. And you worked at Stony Brook University.
Well, I mean,
sorry, you studied there.
I went to school, yeah.
And you went to, see if I pronounce this right, went to Hapapoo.
How could you not pronounce that word?
I don't think about cream. What do you want? We were close all the time.
H-A-U-P-P-A-U-G-E. How could you not? How could you have trouble pronouncing H-A-U-P-P-A-U-G-E?
I know. I just can't pronounce it. I can spell it, but I can't pronounce it.
Went to Hop Hog High School.
Hop Hog. Okay. That tells it. Hop Hog. Remember that. There'll be a test later on with that.
Think hopping hogs.
Hopping hogs. Okay.
Which, oddly enough, was not our mascot. We were the Eagles, but I would have gone with the Hop Hog Hopping Hogs in a heartbeat. That would have been great. That would have been much better.
So how many years have you been doing stand-up now?
4 years in the 80s and 3 years now, so I'm about 7 years in.
7 years. Wow.
So I almost am at the point now where I can open the show. Almost there. Just
you and Pat Dare. Who inspired you to do comedy?
I originally was doing improv. I was there were 2 theaters, there were 2 stages at the Comedy Works, and I was living in downtown Houston. And they had the comedy side of the Comedy Workshop, the annex side of the college, and then the other side was improv theater.
Oh, wow.
And I really liked the improv theater. And I had gone like every week for about a year or so. Every time they had a show, I was there. And you know, I was a theater major in high school, and I started theater at Stony Brook. And so after a year of just watching, they got to the point they weren't even charging me admission anymore. But I asked the guy who was in charge, his name was Tim Holt, you know, what could I do if I wanted to be part of the group? And he said, you just did it, you're in.
Wow. That's all it took for that.
That's all it took for Ken. And he said, you are now part of our group. It was that easy. He liked me, and so I started doing improv with those guys, and I did improv pretty much for a year, and then they stopped doing shows on the improv side. They just cut the improv theater out, and I just gravitated over to the stand-up side, and then I started doing stand-up there in '85.
Oh, wow. Who's your favorite comedian?
Oh, favorite.
Male, female?
I'm gonna say if I had one comic that I want to see, it would be Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks.
Yeah. I mean, favorite because he was a funny guy and he was a friend.
Right.
And I just enjoyed all the time that I got to hang out with him. Plus, he was a little crazy. He was a few years older than me.
All the comics are crazy.
No, he was crazy. He wasn't crazy in a crazy way. He was crazy in a clever way. He loved Elvis. He loved music. And he always seemed to work, these musical references into his act, and he was very political and very spiritual, and you listened to Bill and you learned something. I like that about him.
Why comedy?
Because life is fun.
Is that true? Isn't that the truth? In more ways than one. You a sports fan?
Yeah, I am.
Like baseball, football?
Yeah, I got baseball. For me, it's just baseball. All about baseball.
Favorite team?
My favorite team, the New York Mets. New York Mets.
Love this guy. Love this guy. Love this guy.
Been a
Love
Mets fan since 1976. Oh my God! They traded away Tom Seaver to the Reds, and they got Steve Henderson, Dan Norman, Doug Flynn, and Pat Zachary. And the same day they traded away. Oh, who was the pitcher? The number 2 guy.
Oh.
To Toronto, to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Kuzman. They traded Kuzman, and they got Walt Terrell and Jesse Orozco. That was 1976.
Yep.
And then Orozco became, the guy. He was the guy on the mound when they won the World Series in '86.
Yeah. Remember that.
And I was there when Bruce Beauclair was in the outfield. They were so bad. Oh God, they were bad.
What happened to them now? They were like, I think they're like 17, 18 to 22.
I earned my stripes. Being a Met fan in the '70s meant earning it.
Well, absolutely. Anything can earn it.
Yeah.
What kind of movies do you watch?
I like science fiction. I like a good science fiction movie. A movie I'm very excited about right now is from about 3-4 years ago. About Time. It's a science fiction love story. It's got Donald Gleason. I'm sorry. He pronounces Donald Gleason. He's General Hux in Star Wars.
Okay.
Great actor.
Yep.
Fantastic actor.
Star Wars, yeah. What kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to that.
Yeah, that's really.
I listen.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite music? What kind? You gotta pick one. What would you pick? Country, rock and roll, classic. I mean,
I've got I got the satellite radio, and I got one station set to jazz. I got one to 70s. I got one to classic rock. What else do I listen to? I like the 90s. I like. I'll listen to. I'll listen to country western. I like folk. I like funk.
really?
Yeah.
TV show. Your favorite TV show?
Right now I'm watching and enjoying Silicon Valley on HBO.
Okay.
And Better Call Saul on AMC.
Oh wow.
Those are 2 that I'll tune into and I'll watch every week.
You got a favorite book you read?
Books, hate books.
We all hate books. No?
Not a book reader.
Oh, really?
Don't have the time or patience for a book. I'll read an article, I'll read a short story. I'm good for about 30, 40 pages in.
That's it.
Give me a script. I might go for a script because there's a lot of other stuff in there. But a whole book.
Wow. You play video games?
Not since I was a kid.
What was your favorite video game? What did you play when you were a kid?
I don't know. Space Invaders.
Hey, really? I love that. I used to play it all the time.
I used to play Space Invaders all the time when I was 30 years old. Pac-Man was good. Space Invaders. There was a comedian, I can't remember his name, but he was talking about, watching Space Invaders was kind of like watching a heavy metal band just getting faster. Yeah.
I remember that. I played that many
It's
times.
very, very, very,
My
systematic.
mother got so sick of me playing that game, she took the thing and tossed it up.
My mom was sick of me for other reasons.
Yeah, mine too. Any hobbies?
I used to collect stamps. I would still describe myself as collecting baseball cards. I don't buy them as much as I used to, but I still like looking at baseball cards.
You're a big thing when you use baseball cards.
Yeah, I've got my oldest baseball card is I got one of the original Baltimore Orioles from 1954.
No kidding.
I don't remember his name, but he's 54 card of the Orioles. That was the first year they had Baltimore Oriole cards. I got Tom Seaver's rookie card. I got Bob Uecker card. I like the Bob Uecker card.
Oh yeah, I love Bob Uecker. He was something else.
Yeah, the fact that I had a Bob Uecker card makes me happy.
Sticking to the Gregg. Do you do a lot of writing? How much writing do you do a day?
I wind up driving on average about 10 hours a week. And I tend to talk to myself a lot while I'm driving. So I'll just tell stories to myself, and I'll tell my own jokes, and I'll rehash my jokes in my own head. And then if I click on something with a little bit of a variation, then I'll stop and I'll type it into the phone.
The best place you performed at?
Right here, this is it. This is as good as it gets, kids.
Lark,
Right
that's
here.
open mic, number one open mic in what?
You don't get any better than this, kids.
The worst place to perform.
Right here, kids. This is it. This is as bad as it gets. There's no place worse.
There's no place.
Right here, right now.
Now you mentioned that you have a family.
Stay in school.
You stay cool and stay in school. Don't do this shit, because you ain't gonna get anywhere. Now you talked about your family, you do comedy, and you're a chiropractor. How do you manage all that? Is it
With the help of my wife.
help your wife?
She's very tolerant of me, and that's the only way it works.
Really? And you've been married over 21 years, you said, right?
23 years.
23 years. God bless you. And so she's very supportive of your comedy. And
No, she's not supportive of my comedy. But she allows me to go and do stuff like this.
just to get you out of the house. Then when you're too long,
It's a win-win for both of us. Yeah.
What do you think? What does your kids think about you doing comedy? Your family think about you doing stand-up comedy?
My oldest son really doesn't care. He doesn't tell me a whole lot. He's kind of, there's something happened when he was like 14 years old where he just kind of turned off and was like, my father's embarrassing. I don't need to even acknowledge
He
it.
is not taking me to school.
Yeah, exactly. And the younger son's like, that's all right. He'll let me bounce jokes off of him. He'll tell me how this stuff is. My oldest son, if we talk for a minute a day, that's a lot.
That's too much. Okay. 30 seconds is all we're going to get out of this. You do tell jokes to your patients? You tell jokes to your patients?
I've been doing that since I graduated. Yeah, that's the thing. Even though I stopped going on stage, I've always been joking around with patients.
Where do you see yourself in this, as a future of the comedian? Do you see yourself going pro, being a practice? Do you see
I was a pro.
Okay.
From the standpoint of that for 1 year, from 1987 through 1988,
Okay.
that was my income. I didn't do anything. I graduated from chiropractic school and I went on the road and all I did was stand-up comedy and anything and some small movie parts and it's an extra or a bit extra, featured extra. So I mean that was it, show business, and I went pro. But I mean, that was my touch being a professional performer. At this point, I'm having more fun. I don't have to pay the bills on this. I enjoy getting paid to perform, but I'd rather just be the artist as opposed to the business. The money will cripple you.
Yeah, put a lot of work and you got to put a lot of energy into it. It is a lot of time.
It is hard to make a living at this until you reach a certain level. It's a very high level.
Right. Now, do you have any inspirational thoughts for our future team?
Let's go back to the thing. If there's anybody watching this that would like to hire me for large sums of money, I'm available and on the internet. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to say no.
Do you have any thought? Do you have any inspirational thoughts to future comics that are out there doing? Do you have any word of wisdom?
If they'll listen to me, yeah, sure, I have inspirational thoughts, but usually they just look at me and say, He's nice.
Do you have any word of wisdom to the comics out there? Do you have anything?
It's real simple. Real simple. Get on stage as much as you possibly can. Write as often as you possibly can. And be creative. Tell a story that is uniquely you. Tell a joke that is uniquely you. If someone steals your material, it's because it wasn't so unique that it was just so tied to you.
So, at that, do you see something performing in New York City? Or I know you've been down in New York City, but how about LA? Is that one LA performance?
I have performed at the Comedy Store, but that was the open mic. I've never been paid to perform in LA. I've been paid to perform in and around the New York City area. Back in the '80s when I was doing it. I've done sets at the comedy clubs that were there in the '80s, the Improv, Catch a Rising Star. I performed at the Comedy Cellar before it became the world famous Comedy Cellar. I did sets at 1 o'clock in the morning. They used that in the '80s. Everybody got on stage, and as long as there was someone in the room, they keep rolling another comedy. So if there was a guy too drunk to get out of his seat at 2 o'clock in the morning, they'll let you go up on stage, and I did that. I was that guy. I would sometimes leave the city at 3 a.m. to go home.
Oh, wow.
And then wake up at 7 and go to work.
Are you performing anywhere next? Any shows coming up? Upcoming shows?
I'll be part of the Funny Bone Clash on June 8th. Off the top of my head, that's next. I just did a show for a candidate running for office in Amsterdam. Well, I shouldn't say running for office. He's already elected. It was a fundraiser for him. So I did that this past weekend. And every Wednesday night at Terra Italian, which is at 238 Washington Avenue in Albany, New York, we do open mic. And Jerry's been nice enough to help me sometimes run the mic. And this Wednesday, we'll be having guest host Michael Lash, who is a funny guy. No hair. He has no hair. He is
like Charlie Brown.
He is. If they were casting for the Egghead on Batman,
he definitely get it.
He's definitely got that part.
He does. I love. He's grown very much last.
Funny.
He's very funny. He's come out.
Of course, if you're going to hire someone, you want to hire me, but he's funny and I like him. I don't want to toot somebody else's horn.
That's so, no, like I said, all the comics, he's coming out a long way. A lot of that come a long way.
He started funny and he's getting funny.
Yeah, he is.
Damn those guys.
The horse does wonders for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an episode of Jerry What the What Diamond. Thank you, Mike.